Jai Hind students, welcome back. Now let us proceed to this story next. As that till now that we have studied that French, that who was one of the students of M. Hamel. He was not interested at all in study, but when he came to know that it was going to be the last lesson in French language, and from the next day, instead of French, that German will be taught, and his teacher M. Hamel will not be available to teach them. Then all of a sudden, that he became interested in study, and at the time of the last lesson, that he was very much interested, means he focused, he was very attentive at the class, and whatever had been taught by M. Hamel that day, means at the time of the last lesson, he understood everything. And his liking for the study, his liking for the school had also been changed. After that, what happened, let us see today. And for that, first I am going to share the story on your screen. So wait a minute. Okay, now let us see, children, that yesterday we had studied till here, that it seemed almost as if the poor man wanted to give us all he knew before going away, and to put it all into our heads at one stroke. You know that he was means French. The narrator was very attentive that day at the time of the last lesson, and then he was observing the action of his teacher very well, his emotions and actions, means everything. And he observed the way he was teaching that day. Then he felt that it seemed almost as if the poor man, means his teacher M. Hamel, wanted to give them all he knew before going away, because since it was the last day of him there to teach French language, so he wanted to teach everything. And even the narrator realized that, and to put it all into our heads at one stroke, that even the narrator French realized that at the time of the last lesson, means at the last day, that M. Hamel wanted to give all his knowledge all at once to the students, means at one stroke he wanted to give all his knowledge to his students. That shows his dedication, his love for the country, his love for the nation, his love for uh, his attachment towards the French language, and his attachment towards the people of Alsace. Now let us see what happened next. After that, the grammar, after the grammar, that we had lesson in writing. Now narrator says that after teaching grammar, that he had taught a lesson in writing also. And that day M. Hamel had new copies for us. And then French says that that day, for the last lesson, that M. Hamel, his teacher M. Hamel, had brought a new copies for all the students, and written in a beautiful round hand. And in that copies, that very beautifully written only two words: France Alsace, France Alsace. Alsace the district in which that school was running, and the France the country, his country. And only these two words had been written, and they looked like little flags floating everywhere in the school room, hung from the rod at the top of the desk, and that it created patriotic feelings among them all present there in the classroom that day, because only two words had been written, that is France Alsace, in beautiful handwriting. And they had to write only these two words, and means it means that M. Hamill wanted to arouse a patriotic feeling among all of them, and that's why that he had given only these two words, France and Alsek, to write. And while they were writing, they looked like little flags floating everywhere, and they looked like little flags means their national flags, and that shows that the patriotic feeling which the M. Hamel wanted to arouse in them, that was aroused. Everyone was filled with patriotic feelings, and those words France Alsek looked like flags, and which seemed to be floating everywhere in the classroom, hung from the rod. It seems that they were hanging on the from the rod at the top of our desks. That means that everyone was filled with patriotic feelings, and you ought to have seen how everyone set to work and how quiet it was. There was a complete silence in the classroom, and then the narrator who was observing each and everything very keenly, he says that you ought to have seen how everyone set to work, means whatever work had been, whatever task had been given by M. Hamel, that everyone present in the classroom were set to work, were working that intently, and how quiet it was, and there was a complete silence in the classroom, and the only sound was the scratching of the pens over the paper. Only sound could be heard from the classroom, and that was the scratching, means rubbing of the pens over the paper while they were writing. So their pens were being scratched on the paper. Only that sound could be heard. And once some beetles flew in, but nobody paid any attention to them, not even the littlest ones, who worked right on tracing their fish hooks. Now that the narrator says that only sound once some beetles, some insects came, and it was that flying there in the classroom, but nobody paid any attention to them. But nobody paid any attention. Nobody minds it, because everyone was busy in their work, their task, which was given by M. Hamel. It means that they were so attentive towards the task, and not even the littlest ones, even that smallest kids were there, children, means they even did not focus on the beetles, and who worked right on tracing their fish hooks, means who were working, who were writing, who were tracing their fish hooks, who were drawing the fish hooks. They were not writing, rather they were drawing, they were making fish hooks, and but as if that was French, but French too. And even they did not pay any attention to the beetles, to the insects which was flying, and they were drawing the fish hooks with such an intention that it was also in French. And on the roof the pigeons cooed very low, and I thought to myself, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? Now see, students, this statement, it is important statement, because long answer type question can be asked, which means on the basis of this statement a long answer type question has already been asked. In the board examination, so that's why pay your attention here. And see, on the roof, the pigeons could, and while class wise going on, there was complete silence. And at that time, French, observed that there were some pigeons who were going there on the who were producing sound there on the roof, very low. And he says that French thought to himself, that will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? Because it was a sarcastic remark, it was a taunting remark. It shows the dislikes, how he disliked the decision of Prussians to impose Germans in French speaking people. And sarcastically he said that will they make them sing in German, means they could, because they had occupied the territory, or they had occupied these two districts of France, Alsace and Lorraine, and they were ruling over it. They imposed even their own language. It means that Prussians did not have the respect for other language, for French, and to they wanted to impose their own language. It means that they were carrying pride in their own language, but they should have given respect to other language like French language also, but they did not do. And so that's why they imposed German language on the French speaking people of all these two districts, all the population of these two districts, Alsace and Lorraine. And which was not liked by French at all. He did not like that decision, and that's why that he had the patriotic feelings. He had a great attachment towards his country, towards his language, towards his nation. And even while that everyone was set in his work, when he heard that pigeons were going on the Germans, sarcastically that he made a remark to himself, that will they make them sing in German? He means to say that they can impose, Prussians can impose their own language on us. They could rule over them, they could rule over the territory, but he means to say that they can never rule on the hearts and mind of the French people. And that's why he had made this sarcastic remark, which shows his dislike for the Prussian rulers. And now that if you will have to write that, you will have to make a proper ground for this. And this question can also be asked in both the ways, as a short answer type, and it can also be asked as a long answer type question. You will have to justify this statement. Then by giving the reference of the story, you can give your answer. But remember students, that this is important statement by French. Now let us see what happens next. That whenever I looked up from my writing, I saw M. Hamel sitting motionless in his chair and gazing first at one thing, then at another, as if he wanted to fix in his mind just how everything looked in that little schoolroom. And whenever I looked up means time to time, that French also looking towards M. Hamel, he was also observing his reactions, and he says that whenever I looked up from my writing, I saw M. Hamel sitting motionless in his chair, and he could saw him that he was sitting motionlessly in his chair and gazing first at one thing, then at another, and he was also looking everything present there in the school classroom, and as if he wanted to fix in his mind just how everything looked in that little school classroom. And he also told that it seems that he wanted to fix each and everything in his mind before leaving the school. And fancy means imagine that for 40 years he had been there in the same place with his garden outside the window and his class in front of him. And now that he was thinking about all his actions. And then friend says that imagine means fancy means imagine that for 40 years he had been there in the same place, because for last 40 years he had been serving there in the same school. He had been teaching in the same school in the same place, and with his garden outside, and where that his garden was outside of the school and the window and his class in front of him. And his window and his in the same school in the same class he had been teaching for 40 years. So naturally that he was emotionally attached with each and everything present there, with the people, with the language, mm, with the atmosphere, with the school, everything he was emotionally attached with. And that's why before leaving the place he wanted to fix each and everything present there in the school in his eyes. And then just like that, and only the desk and benches, and then that he says that window and his means there in the for 40 years he had been there in the same place with his garden outside the window and his class in front of him, just like that. And only the desks and benches had been worn smooth, means there were very little changes in those 40 years he observed. And what were they what were the changes? Like that only desk and benches had been worn smooth while he joined the school. So at that time desk and benches were quite new, and with the passage of time they had become smooth a little. And the walnut tree, there was a walnut tree in the garden, were taller. And at that time when he had joined the school it was smaller 40 years before, but now it has become taller. And the hoop vine, means there is a creeper tree that he had planted himself in the garden, that that twined, that coiled about the windows to the roof. It had become that hoop vine tree which he had planted himself. It had become bigger, and it has reached to the roof through the windows. And how it must have broken his heart to leave it all. And it was very difficult for him to leave all those things all of sudden due to the order of Berlin. So he was really very dismayed. He was really very sad to think to leave all those things all of sudden the next day. And so how it must have broken his heart to leave it all, poor man, to hear his sister moving about in the room above, packing their trunks, for they must leave the country next day. And then he also observed, because that from there that he could hear that how it must have to hear his sister moving about in the room above, means above the room, that his sister was getting ready to leave, means she was packing all her belongings to their trunks, to their chest, because for they must leave, because they had to leave the country next day, means tomorrow they had to leave the place. So that's why that he was looking very sad. M. Hamel was looking very sad. For anyone it is really very difficult, that who had been uh, you know living at one place for 40 years, naturally that he anyone can develop an attachment with the people, with the things, with the place, with the language which he had been teaching there. So all those things happened with him, and that's why that since he was filled with the patriotic feelings, he did not want to leave. But since he had received the order to leave, and he had to leave tomorrow, so he was, that's why he was, completely upset and very sad that day. Now, see next what happened after that. But he had the courage to hear every lesson to the very last, and that is the dedication of duty. That this line shows that how dedicated he was towards his profession, towards his teaching. And uh, even he was so sad, and he knew that it is the last lesson he had been teaching in French, and that next day he has to leave the place. But even then he wanted, however, he wanted to teach each and everything, and he had the courage to hear every lesson to the very last. And after the writing that we had a lesson in history, and then that the narrator says that after completing their writing task, they had a lesson in history, they had been taught a lesson in history also. And then the babies chanted their ba baby bobu, means that is the alphabets, that and he also taught the little children, and chanted them, means taught them the alphabets. And down there at the back of the room, old Hauser had put on his spectacles and, holding his primer in both hands, spelled the letters with them. And now that narrator also observed that down there at the back of the room, that old Hauser who was sitting there with his primer, with his elementary book, so had put on his spectacles. He had also put on his spectacles, and he was holding his primer, means his book, and in both hands, and spelled the letters with them. And he was also uh, pronouncing those, chanting those alphabets along with the uh, little children. And you could see that he too was crying, and it was, means um, French also observed that you could see that he too was crying, means he was crying almost while he was chanting those alphabets along with the small kids. And his voice trembled with emotion, and he became so sentimental, he was filled with emotions, that uh, he was filled with so much emotions that while he was chanting those alphabets, his voice was trembling, and means he could not speak, could not pronounce that properly. And it was so funny to hear him that we all wanted to laugh and cry. And it looked so funny while he was chanting those alphabets, uh, and he was almost crying. So it seemed so funny to hear his voice that we all wanted to laugh and cry. It looked quite funny to listen him and chanting alphabets. And oh, how well I remember it, that last lesson. And now French says that how well that he remembered all the happenings in the classroom at the time of the last lesson, means he remembered everything well which happened during the last lesson. And now that all at once the church clock struck 12, and then the angelus at the same moment the trumpets of the Prussians returning from drill sounded under our windows. And now that mm, at all at once church clock struck 12, and while that he was teaching, all this was happening, the last lesson was going on, and meanwhile that all at once the church clock struck 12, and they could hear from the church clock that it was 12 o'clock. And then the angelus, that another church nearby, it also struck 12, and at the same moment the trumpets of the Prussians returning from the drill, and they could also hear that the trumpets of the Prussian soldiers who were returning from their drill, from their exercises, and it also sounded under our windows. They could also hear the sound of the trumpets. And now it was the time for the class to be over, and M. Hamel stood up. And when that M. Hamel observed that it was the time to it was the time for the class to be over, then M. Hamel stood up, and he looked very pale, he looked very sad, and in his chair, and I never saw him look so tall. But when he looked, M. Hamel stood up and he looked very sad in his chair, and I never saw him so tall. So tall here means that he says that French says that he never looked him so confident. He stood up. He knew that his last lesson has been over, and now he had to leave. And so he stood up with a lot of confidence. He stood up very confidently, and then French said that he had never saw him so confident while he stood up that day. Now remaining part this much, because this is the climax that we will study children tomorrow in our next class. And we will also discuss all the question answers. And here these two questions, these questions are also important, especially that the second one, that you can also attempt this question and others. We will means today you try to attempt yourself, and tomorrow in our next class we will discuss these questions and that long answer type questions as well. So that's all for today, students, and remaining part of the story we will study tomorrow, and we will also discuss all the important questions. So thank you for today, and have a good day.